Disturbing last words of serial killers will keep you up at night. Are you brave enough to discover serial killers' frightening final words? Dare you to enter their twisted minds? These final words will haunt your dreams and make you wonder about humanity's darkest depths. Are you ready to face the shocking truth behind these serial killers' legacy? Some of the most terrifying figures in history have been serial killers. Much while their deeds are horrible, their words can occasionally be much more unsettling. Ted Bundy. You feel their last breath. You're staring. That's God. Bundy, a serial killer and rapist, admitted to 36 deaths, but bragged about killing over 100. He escaped jail twice before being caught. He likened killing to being God. 1989 electric chair execution in Florida. Peter Kürten. After my head is chopped off, would I still be able to hear, at least for a while, the sound of my own blood streaming from my neck? That's the ultimate joy. German serial killer Peter Kürten was known as the Vampire of Dusseldorf. After his wife turned him in for reward money, he confessed to attacking women and children. Jurors convicted him of 9 murders before his 1931 execution. Kürten asked the jail psychiatrist if he could hear his own blood. Richard Ramirez. I am above good and evil. I'll avenge. Everyone has Lucifer. The Night Stalker, Richard Ramirez, called himself during his 1989 trial. He was executed for 13 murders, 5 attempted murders, 11 sexual assaults, and 14 burglaries in California. He died naturally before his execution at 53. Joe Metheny. I'll never say I'm sorry, because it's a lie. I'm ready to die for my sins and go to hell forever. Metheny was convinced of 2 Baltimore murders, but claimed to have killed 10. An appeals court overturned his 1998 death conviction and granted him life in prison without parole. 2017 found him dead in prison. Carl Panzram. I believe the only way to reform people is to kill them. Panzram confessed to killing 3 young boys after being arrested for burglary in 1928 and received a 25-year to life sentence. He was sentenced to death after beating someone to death in Leavenworth Federal Penitentiary. He hung on September 5th, 1930. David Allen Gore. You constantly think about getting caught, but the rush is worth the risk. David Allen Gore confessed to killing 6 women in Florida between 1981 and 1983, often alongside his cousin and accomplice, Fred Waterfield. In 1984, he was executed for 6 first-degree murders and other crimes. He was lethally injected later that year. Gacy. Clowns can get away with murder. Gacy killed 33 young men in Chicago in the 1970s. As a businessman and amateur clown, he informed officials that clowns can get away with murder during his interrogation. 1994 saw his fatal injection. Jeffrey Dahmer. I've got to start eating at home more. Serial killer and cannibal Dahmer confessed to killing 17 men and boys between 1978 and 1991. He slept with, kept, and ate his corpses. Dahmer stated in a home video that he must start eating at home more. Another prisoner beat him to death in 1994. Susan Atkins. I didn't relate to Sharon Tate as anything but a store mannequin. She sounded just like an IBM computer. I became tired of her pleading for her unborn child's life, so I stabbed her. In 1969, Charles Manson's cult members admitted killing pregnant actress Sharon Tate, including Susan Atkins. In the 1970s, she was condemned to life in prison for 8 murders. In 2009, brain cancer killed Atkins in prison. Berkowitz. You got me. What took so long? Berkowitz, dubbed the Son of Sam, admitted to 6 murders during a late 1970s New York City shooting spree. Well, you got me, Berkowitz remarked when caught. What took so long? He received 6 consecutive life sentences at Attica Correctional Facility and Shawangunk Correctional Facility. Ed Kemper. One side of me wants to talk to her, date her. My other half wonders what her head would look like on a stick. In 1973, the co-ed killer, Ed Kemper, was found guilty of 8 murders and condemned to life in prison without parole. He is imprisoned at California Medical Facility. Kemper told a prison reporter that he wanted to date and dismember a lovely woman after killing his mother. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe.